Hello everyone, my name is Rido Masatrio. You can call me Rido, and I make this video to complete my task in end semester exam for English subject by Mr. Bahar Amal. In this presentation, in this video, I will give a presentation about major infrastructure project in Indonesia. As you know in my slide, the title of my presentation is Exploring Infrastructure, which means civil engineering uh, look at a mega project. The project is Freeport Indonesia Copper Smelter. I believe that this project is a great example of modern engineering in our country. So let's we move to the next slide. Excuse me. As you know, the project we will look at today is much more than just a factory. Uh, this is a national strategic project. It is a great work of engineering too. And in this presentation, we will focus only on the civil engineering side, which means how the support structure were designed, how it was built, and the big challenge that we solve, even though this smelter is known as the world largest. For us, future civil engineers, this project is a great example how to build a very big and complex industrial facility. And this copper smelter in Gresik uh, focus on infrastructure development. Yeah, let's move to the next slide. As you know, the location of this project is in the Java Integrated Industrial and Port Estate, or we known as GIIPE, or in the Special Economic Zone in Gresik, East Java. This location is both a smart choice and a big challenge. As you know, the good part is the location is near deep sea port, which was very important for moving heavy material and equipment. But the challenge for civil engineer is that the site is on reclaimed land. As you know, located on reclaimed land. This means the ground is soft or the soil not very strong, and has a higher water table. This is so classic, difficult problem for any civil engineering. The project to cover about 100 hectare, which need a lot of site preparation before building could start. Okay, next to the how the foundation of this industry. Sorry. The civil engineering work was the foundation of this entire project. As you know, uh, the first step in the work is was huge and include five main parts. As you know, the first is site preparation and earthwork, which include clearing the land and improving the soil. The second is the structural work or foundation in structural works. Oh, sorry. Uh, the three the three the foundation engineering should be in the second. which was designing and building a strong foundation of 4,000 of structure and heavy machine. The third is structural works, which cover putting up all the steel and concrete structure. And the fourth is infrastructure and utilities, like building roads, large drainage system, and the path for pipes and cables. And finally, the five, the fifth is marine infrastructure support, which include building jetties for ships. Next, we we know that this is a fast track mega project for a such big project. The timeline was very fast. It started with a ceremony led by Mr. President of seven president in Indonesia, as we know, Mr. Joko Widodo in October 2021, and in the 2022, the major works on the ground and the foundation began. The busiest time it was in 2023. Then many steel structure were built and major equipment was installed. More than 40,000 people were working on this site too. And an important step was finishing the main construction in May 2024. Then in June 2024, the plant started its first test. The smelter is expected to be fully working by the end of the 2024. This is a great achievement for a very project this big. Move to the next slide. As we know that the technical specification. The first is structural material. Uh, the material where the amount of material used was very huge. This over 40 hundred, sorry, 450,000 cubic meter of reinforced concrete were used. Uh, the simple things to help you imagine that's enough of concrete to fill more than 180 Olympic sized swimming pool, and also 75,000 tons of structural steel were used to build the main frame of the building and other support. Then managing the supply of all of these materials was a very big job. Then in the foundation engineering, uh, the first is the foundation. Because the soil was weak, the foundation system was necessary. Over 20,000 concrete piles were pushed into the ground. This system was designed to move the heavy weight of the building down to down through the soft soil to the hard, stable ground for far below. Also, special design were needed for foundation that holds machine that vibrates. This is to was important to prevent damage to the structure over time. Next, we are moved to construction stage. This the construction process is had two main stage. For the stage one, the first stage was the we can call them preparing the land. This first step was very important. It involved making the reclaimed land stable. They use special method to make the soil stronger and able to support heavy building. They also move a lot of earth to make the ground level and ready for the construction. Then we move to stage 2 of structural and heavy lifting. This second stage we call them building up. This is when we could see the building start to appear. It includes pouring the huge concrete foundation, as we know the concrete works. Then they are carefully put together the complex steel structure. To make it safer and faster, the large steel parts were often built on the ground first and lifted into place. The most exciting part was the heavy lifting operation, which used very large crane to lift part weighing hundreds of tons. Then we move to the challenge of this construction. Of course, as we know, this is a big project like this has a big challenge. The we will talk about the three main challenges for the civil engineer. The first biggest challenge is the, as you know, the geotechnical condition, or we call them weak soil. The soft and sea clay was the main technical risk. If they are not handled correctly, the ground could sink unevenly and damage the whole facility. Then the solution was to use the deep foundation system as we that I called before, building the foundation deep foundation the of the with the thousand of piles. Then they are check the ground movement carefully during the whole process. Move to the next challenge is the second challenge was the logistic and site management. Uh, then you can imagine managing over 40,000 workers, hundreds of heavy machine and tons of material every day in a crowded place. It took great effort from the construction manager to keep everyone safe and keep the work on schedule. Planning the delivery of huge equipment from all over the world was a very difficult work, very difficult task. Then move to the third challenge was the designing for a two environment. Uh, as you know that this project is built by the side of coastal area, coastal location, which means there is a high humidity and salt in the air and water too. This can cause the steel and concrete to rust and break down over time. Then the solution was to use special high quality materials. For the concrete, they use a special mix that were more resistant to salt. Then for the steel, they use special multi-layer paint to protect it from the rust risk. Then we move to the involved stakeholder. You know that the success of this project depend on good teamwork between many groups. Such a owner, the project owner is PT Freeport Indonesia as the project owner. Then Chiyoda International Indonesia and The next stakeholder is Government of Indonesia as the regulator and enabler. Then there are so many subcontractor and supplier. Okay, we move to stakeholder. First stakeholder is the project owner. The role of this the the role of this stakeholder is the primary driver of this project. We call them owner and the client of the project. They initiated the project to fulfill their contractual obligation to the Indonesian government. Nah, they are to provide money and the main goal. The next is Chiyoda International Indonesia as main contractor of this project. As you know, they are the Freeport Indonesia and Chiyoda International Indonesia signed EPC agreement contract. You can see the news from Freeport Indonesia website. The Chiyoda International Indonesia was responsible for all the work from design to construction. Their team had a thousand of engineers and managers, and yeah, their role is to responsible the hands of execution for entire project from start to finish. Then the EPC stand for engineering, procurement, and construction. Okay, now we move to the government of Indonesia as the regulator and the enabler. Through the different ministry and acted as regulator, they they are make sure that the project followed the national rules and goals. For the Ministry of Energy and the Minerals Research, uh, this government, these ministries, as you know, that require the smelter construction as a condition of PTVI's mining permits. They continuously monitor the project progress. Then the Ministry of Environment and Forestry is responsible for approving the environmental impact analysis. Then they are ensure that the project is complied with all environmental law and regulation. Then the Ministry of Investment, they are played a crucial role too in facilitate the investment, granting the project national strategic project and status, and streamlining the permitting process. Then the last of the regulator and enabler is local government involved in issuing local permits. The first that uh, permits is local, as you know, like the building permit or IMB in Indonesian called permit to build the construction, then managing the project impact on local traffic and infrastructure, and coordinating with the local community. Okay, then we move to the social and economic impact. Uh, as we know that in the first slide, as you know that the project like this is built more than just buildings. It builds communities by hiring the thousand workers The project gave a big economic plan to help local area. It also helped teach Indonesian worker new skills in construction and safety. This created more jobs and business opportunities for local people. Then for the last is the environmental for civil engineering. In terms of environment, civil engineering played important part in being responsible. The engineering team, as you know, designed built modern wastewater treatment plant or water management and a good system for rainwater. They built strong safety walls around all storage tanks to prevent any spill. They also made special facilities to handle industrial waste safely. This show that big modern construction can be done while protecting the environment. Okay, to conclude uh, my presentation, we have seen how PTFE smelter project turned to from a plan into an important national asset. The strong civil infrastructure is now the base of multi-billion-dollar operation. Then, in conclusion, the PTFI Gresik smelter is a great achievement for Indonesian civil engineering. It shows that our country can solve difficult technical, logistical, and environmental challenges to build a world-class facility. It is a real proof of modern construction methods and a great teamwork. Then we move to the end of my presentation. Uh, Thank you very much for your time, for your all time and attention. Then yeah, thank you for listening my presentation. See you on the next chance to meet. Goodbye.